Alright, so this is a short tutorial on how to save your V-Ray settings. Alright, let's say you did a rendering once and you like the settings, or what, it's something to speed up your process while you render. Right, so each scene is not always gonna have the same render settings. They're always gonna change. But if you have like a starting point that you usually start, doing all your tweaks, this is a good way to do it. So this is a scene I created for a previous tutorial regarding IES lighting. So let's minimize this. This is the results I got. It's not the best. It's decent, let's minimize this. So here's my render settings. Right. So I have it at HDTV output at 1280. If I go to my V-Ray tab, I have my bucket, and I have it on 24. I have mostly defaults. I find that defaults for the later versions of V-Ray give you some decent results. You just have to do a minor tweaking here and there. Alright, so color mapping, I changed it to Reinhardt Gamma 2.2, and here on the mode I usually pick color mapping and gamma, and I bring the burn value to 0.1. Then by default it's not 1, so I always bring it down. Camera, I left it as is. For GI, I enable GI, of course, and I primary engine irradiance map, and secondary engine as light cache. I always leave ambient occlusion off because I like to apply it to my render elements here. So when I get to that, I'll go over that. And then irradiance map, I have it as high, and I always leave this at default for renders. Light cache, I have it at 1000, and I never mess with that. In caustics, I don't need, sometimes, well, I use them but not that much, since I'm doing interior lighting. This would be more for like water scenes where you have like a swimming pool, or like if you're doing a close-up of like a wine glass and you see the light hitting and causing caustics to project over a tablecloth or whatever, you would turn that on. I don't need it. So for settings, distributed settings, if you do need it, you will need multiple computers. I have it off. And then the other thing I always check is my render elements. Now these are the ones I use. I have my specular. This is my AO, my global illumination. Sorry, my ambient occlusion, which refers to. Let's go to here. Ambient occlusion. Right. You can have this on when you're doing previews, but when you want to do the final render, turn that off. And this ambient occlusion is gonna be done through your extra texture map, which you can always change the name down here to ambient occlusion if you want. And then I have my global material ID, reflection, all the channels that I work with the most. Right. Once I have all that set up, if we go here to a presets drop down, we're gonna say save presets, and I'm gonna save it on my desktop, and I'll call it V-Ray settings 02, in case I have it somewhere. All right, so 02, right, and it's saved, and save. Now if I want to load that, obviously I want to go to presets, loads preset, and V-Ray settings 2, open, and hit load, and there you go. Now if you want to see, now I want to go through them all, see if it's how you left it. So you see everything's there, but let's reset this, right, so you see what I'm talking about. So let's just do let's change our renderer back to scanline. Right now if I go back to V-Ray, those settings should be there again since we already loaded them. There they are. Elements are there, active. And then we have, okay, this didn't, oh yeah, let's load them up again just in case, because this shouldn't be a brute force. Load. There we go. Light cache. And so our irritance map, top light cache here, and ambient occlusion off. And here are my render elements, and if I check my gamma output, should be 2.2 and 0.1 like I had it, and my output 1280 by 720. All right, I hope that helps you guys out, and thanks for watching.